Hi, everybody. This is Mrs. Hahn, and you should be watching this video on Tuesday, November 17th, which is the first day of my maternity leave. I might have already had the baby. I'm not sure because I'm recording this 2 weeks in advance. But if not, this is actually the first day that I'm supposed to have my baby. So I'm not here to teach you, but this is technically class. It's just kind of a recorded version of class. It's not a full 45 minutes, but I do want you to watch through the whole video because I'm going to preview some assignments. I'm actually going to go through part of an assignment with you and talk to you about how to complete certain parts of it. And then on Friday, you have another video where I actually teach a lesson. Friday is a brand new unit. We're going to start one of my favorite seventh grade stories called Seed Folks. And I'm going to read the first chapter to you on the video and again talk to you a little bit about what you need to do that week. So you're going to miss 2 class sessions with me, sadly, but then right after fall break, you're going to have Mr. Warren, who's amazing, and he's going to be here to teach you. So let's talk first about, we're at the end of week 11. So let's talk about what you needed to do this week. So you should have by Friday already submitted lesson 116, the practice it activity, which is called analyzing an author's claims and reasoning assignment. So this week is all about learning terms like claim, counterclaim, rebuttal. You actually have a test at the end of this week over that. But let me quickly preview it. I won't spend a ton of time because I'm hoping you've already started it. But you had an assignment that looked like this. And you are step 1, you're actually going to read an article. And in each of these articles, it's a kind of a controversial issue where you read about both sides of the argument. So let's say theoretically I choose option 2. I want to read the argument, are pro athletes overpaid? So I'm going to click on this. It's going to open up an article. And half of the article is yes, they are overpaid. And the second half of the article is about no, they are not overpaid. Okay, so for each one of these, you're going to read through the argument. When you're done reading the article, you're going to go down to step 2, where you completed the analyzing the author's claims practice document. And this was a grade and you have to submit it. Anyone that submits it on time, it'll be graded by me. And if you don't submit it on time, it'll be graded by my substitute, Mr. Warren. So since I chose to read our pro athletes overpaid, option 2, I'm going to fill out the number 2 practice document right here. So click on that. It's going to ask you to make a copy, and you're going to open up a copy that looks like this. So on one side, you're going to talk about the first part of the article that was written by Jesse Spector. And you have to write down Jesse Spector's main claim, some reasons that were used to support the claim, and then highlight any persuasive devices that the author used. Then you're going to go to the right side, read Fred Bowen's part of the argument. What was Fred Bowen's main claim? What reasons did he use to support his claim? And then at the bottom, you evaluate. So which argument do you think was stronger or most effective and why? And you're going to just answer in this by typing in this box here. So then this assignment you should have submitted, but if you didn't already, if I pop over to Buzz, let me just jump over to Buzz here. And I go into my week 11 folder. Okay, under lesson 116, right here is a submission form. It says practice it, analyzing author's claims and reasoning assignment submission form. So if you click on that submission form, just like normal, you're going to go ahead and share it. Now remember, to submit it, you're going to click the blue shareable link up here, or the blue share button. Make sure you change this down here so it's not restricted. It should say Mason City Schools can view. You click copy link, and then you paste it in the box under the submission form. Okay. All right, hopefully you already did that. The next assignment you're going to do is really fun. It's one of my favorites. So you're going to evaluate, again, an author's claim, but you're going to do it by watching a Shark Tank episode, part of the episode. So if you haven't seen the Shark Tank show, it's where people go and pitch their products. So you can't hear the audio, but this video here. So this guy's selling this sponge called the Scrub Daddy. Maybe you've seen it in stores because it's actually in stores. You can see it at Walmart and Bed Bath & Beyond and stuff. So he pitches this sponge that he's created, and he tries to convince these rich people to give him money to invest in his company so he can, sell more of these sponges. So what you're going to do after you watch that is you're going to go to the Show It Evaluating an Entrepreneur assignment. So let's check this out real quick. So after you watch the video of him trying to sell his product, which is really entertaining, you again have to fill out these questions. So how does he engage the audience by grabbing their attention? What is his main claim about why his product is so great? What evidence does he use to support the fact that everyone needs his product and they should invest their money in his product? And so you're going to go through this and fill this out. Now this one, this assignment right here, you're not submitting like the last one, but it's practice for your test, and you have a test at the end of this week. So let's go back to our to-do list. So hopefully you already submitted the Practice It Analyzing an Author's Claim assignment, and then you have an Assess It Evaluating Final Claims test at the end of this week. So it's so important that you do all of your assignments so that you can practice for that test at the end of the week. All right. And then that test you'll find in the last folder for the week, the Lesson 113B folder, which the first part is if I'm still here before my maternity leave, I'll teach you in class about pathos, ethos, and logos. And if I'm not here, you'll teach that to yourself. The notes are all right there. And then there's a little assignment I'm going to take you through today and show you how to do it. And then at the end, you have your Assess It Evaluating Claims final test right there. All right, so let's talk about this Show It assignment. So we're going to go ahead and preview the Evaluating an Entrepreneur assignment, which we just did. We previewed the Analyzing Claims and Reasoning assignments. Now we're going to preview this final assignment, the Show It, the Components of an Effective Argumentative Speech. So when you open up this assignment here, you're going to use this link as usual to make a copy. All right, and let me preview this assignment for you. So let me open it up here. So this assignment has 3 parts. Okay, part 1 is you're going to review the terms, claim, evidence, reasoning, and counterclaim. You need to know those terms. They're on the test, so I hope you know them. So for part 1, you're going to watch a YouTube video, and then you're going to annotate the speech by color coding the different parts of an argument. So like you're going to highlight the claim in yellow, you're going to highlight the counterclaim in a different color. So here's the video. Now, unfortunately, when I do a screencast, it doesn't show the sound. So you're going to watch this video. Let me just preview it for you. All right, so you can't hear the sound, but you can see the video playing there. So you need to watch the video. It's only 3 minutes and 39 seconds. It's really short. So after you're done watching this video that I'm teaching you on, you're going to go watch the video for this assignment. So you're going to watch the video. Then you're going to click this link to make your own copy of the transcript. And a transcript is just where the speech that you watch in the video is actually typed out. So once you've watched the video, you're going to color code this speech by highlighting it. So the claim is going to be yellow. The reasoning is going to be green. The evidence is going to be blue. And then any emotional appeal is going to be pink. So anytime that they use in the video like sounds or phrases to grab your emotions to make you fearful or excited or happy or joyful or loving, in order to make their argument more persuasive, then you highlight that in pink. So for example, at the beginning, she says, "This is not a drill," and you hear sirens like, woo, woo, like something's wrong. Well, that's emotional appeal. So you might highlight that right there in pink. I don't find pink here. That's not the most pretty pink, but there's pink. Now let's go ahead and find the claim. Now the claim is the main argument, not every argument that's made, but the overall main argument. And the main argument's probably this part down here. We need to protect, restore, and fund, but it's referring to what they talk about up here. We need to stop using fossil fuels. We need to find a solution to pollution. So the claim is really this part right here. So you would highlight this in yellow. I'm not going to give you all the answers, but that's part of it right there. All right, that's part 1. Part 1 is done. So then you're going to go on to part 2, where you actually have to write the claim, the explanation, the evidence, etc., and you analyze how strong the argument was in these boxes here. So you might say the claim is, and you don't need to be word for word, you can paraphrase it in your own words. You can say the claim is that we need to stop polluting and using fossil fuels. We can do this by protecting, I have to go back here to the speech. Where did it go? Okay, protecting forests, restoring what's been damaged in nature, and stop funding things that damage nature. Okay, so we need to stop polluting and using fossil fuels. We can do this by protecting forests, restoring damaged ecosystems, and taking away funding from things that destroy nature, like businesses, for example, that destroy nature. So that could be a claim. So that's part 2. So I did part of it for you. You got to do the rest on your own. Then part 3, we learned in our last class about ethos, pathos, and logos. So ethos is an appeal to credibility. Pathos is an appeal to emotions, could be negative, could be positive. And then logos is like making a logical appeal. Like we do this because it makes the most logical sense. So you need to come up, you don't need to fill out every single box, okay? But you need to come up with some examples of pathos, ethos, and logos. So I might say, what is an example of logos? You can use a word for word quote, or you can paraphrase. So like one example of logos is in the video, they say, one very inexpensive natural solution to pollution is by planting more trees. Well, logically, that's a good solution because it creates more oxygen and it's inexpensive and whatever. So an inexpensive natural solution is to plant more trees. So then over here, you're going to explain how does this message, how does this use of logos make their message more persuasive? So just like one sentence, explain it. You can also talk about the sound effects and the images that the movie uses or that the video clip uses. That's why you don't want to just use this, because the video has all of these images and background music that kind of create emotional appeal. So you're going to want to talk about that as well. So that's what you're doing this week. Don't forget to watch the November 20th video instead of attending class on Friday. I will link it on the learning plan. And that video is maybe even a little bit more important because instead of previewing assignments, I actually do a little bit of teaching as well. So hopefully this was helpful to preview what you needed to do this week and prepare you for the test that's coming up. Remember, Mr. Warren will be here right after fall break. Do your best and be nice to him. I miss you guys, and I will see you guys in mid-January when I return.